Good evening, everyone. We will start in 5 minutes.
Good evening, Vishal. Thank you.
Hi, Mayur. Hi, Sunshine. Hi, Muhammad. Hi, Bhavani. Hi, Kenneth.
Hi. Hi, Vishal.
Hello.
Ma- Hello. Friends, by the time others join in, can we have a quick round of introduction for you as well? So that would be great. Mayur, you can start first.
Hi, this is Mayur from Calgary, Canada. I have more than 10 years of experience in banking and finance, and
Wow, very
yeah, looking forward to this career transition into ServiceNow BA.
fantastic. Are you aware of what is ServiceNow, how BA works?
Yeah, just a bit of idea. I just had a word with Sudesh, and he gave me a bit of background about this. So, looking forward to learn more from you.
Fantastic, fantastic. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, Bhavani. Bhavani, you can go ahead.
Hello. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I have
Mhm.
some experience with the system analyst where I worked in healthcare sector, where I worked on ServiceNow, and after
Oh,
I worked in as a banking client for a Java developer. I just
okay.
completed my studies, so I'm like looking for the ServiceNow business analyst roles. So I want to learn more about that.
Okay, so in ServiceNow, what all you are aware of? Like, what
While
are
I
the
was
modules that you have worked on?
While I was working, I was working on the support project. It's like raising the tickets and working on the tickets.
Okay, so incident management you were working on.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Very good. Very good. Welcome.
Thank
Hey,
you.
hi, Kenneth. Hey, Kenneth, you are there? Great. So, friends, just to share in by the time others join in, and Bhavani and Mayur, since you have joined in, so I would just share in that what we had asked the team to do. We had a case study and we had asked them to prepare a presentation based on that case study and how you think that you will solve the issue or resolve the issue with BA or your analysis. Okay. So I'm just putting in quickly for you so that you can grab the thing. If you want, you can take the screenshot as well. And in fact, while others are presenting, you can go ahead and prepare one for yourself as well. Mayur and Bhavani, please go ahead. Kenneth, you can also join in. So if you want, you can take quickly. This is the background and this is the expectation. So what you have to do as you are hired as a business analyst, this is your first assignment. So friends, again, in just to add on, in the previous session, we had learned about current state and desired state, right? So this is the one thing which will give me an overall idea of what is your current state. And eventually the state which we are looking forward to, that will get an idea. Okay, so take your time and get started. Bhavani, Mayur, ready for this challenge?
Yes, yes, I am just going through the this write
Yeah,
up.
you can take a print as per a screenshot as well.
Yeah, thank you.
So meanwhile, Sunshine, you are ready with the presentation. Ganga, you're present. Hey, Nafis, hi, how are you? You guys are ready with the presentation or how to present this?
Hello. Yeah, I
Hello,
just
yes.
joined. Yeah, I wasn't here yesterday, so
Okay, no problem. So you can take 10-15 minutes and prepare it quickly, whatever comes in your mind, because that will help us to understand how you're planning. Okay, great. Hey, Ganga, you are there?
Hi, Vishal. Yes, I'm here.
And you are ready for with the presentation?
Kind of.
Fantastic. Appreciate that. Very good. Sunshine, what
Yeah.
about you?
Ready?
Oh.
A bit ready.
So, friends, believe me, when like initial level, when I had to start this, there were butterfly in the stomach. Reason, we all know what are we planning, but we have to present, which is making sense, which is structured, right? Again, this why these activities are there. So in our sessions, we will be doing a lot many activities and lot more practical stuff. The sole reason, unless and until we dive deep into it, we will not learn. Very important part is problem statement. If you don't define a problem statement, you will go ahead with a wrong answer, which means there is always a wrong answer. So first and foremost, which is the most important part for you, will be problem statement. Again, I just to share in, I would like to check in how you are going ahead, and then I'll give you what are the ways business analysts can go ahead and use the approach and assess and identify a decision for global core potential entry. Okay. So Bhavani and Mayur, I hope you have taken the screenshot. I'll also copy this for you in the chat box. You can take and you can actually pick up from few of our partners. Great. So friends, who want to go first? Let's see. Ganga, Nafis, Sunshine. Who would like to go first? Let's see. Remember, you will get a first mover advantage. I'll tell you later on, but who would like to go first? Sunshine, Nafis, Ganga. Otherwise, I'll pick up randomly. Nice. Okay. Ganga, we'll start with, yeah. Nafis, you want to get started?
No. I can't see your screen. So basically,
Sure.
the thing which was over there. So
Mhm.
I wasn't here, so I just want to know exactly what we need to do.
Yes. So what I'll just show you. So what we have done. Just a minute. So friends, what we are planning or intending to do here is this. This is a business case for food delivery service case study. Okay. There is an organization enterprise which says Global Corp who is into consumer goods selling. Okay, so they sell consumer goods, and now Global Corp products include hair care product, lotion, beauty products, bath products, and personal hygiene products. Okay. Now, global corp executives are looking to expand into new markets. They want to grow their business and increase profit for their shareholders. So, similarly, when they were looking, they saw that food delivery can be one of the potential market for them to enter into the business. Okay, and now they started looking at the market share for DoorDash and Uber Eats, who are providing service to deliver food from restaurant, grocery stores, and pharmacies. So now these executives want some analysis that whether or not this is a good decision. Okay. So now they want, and in fact, they had gone ahead and hired you as a business analyst at Global Corp. And they have given you this first assignment to identify and do a business case to help understand that whether they should move into food delivery market or not. So ideally, what you have to do, create a presentation for the executives in which you can present your findings, make a recommendation, and whether you should go ahead with the initiative or not. Okay. So this is in a nutshell what we are looking forward to. Okay. So I want you to prepare a presentation or at least a Word document, and you can present how the approach will be. Again, it's completely your call how you want to go ahead and prepare. Okay. For that, I'll be giving you 10 to 15 minutes from now onwards. Okay. And every participant has maximum 15 minutes. They cannot go overboard than 15 minutes. Okay. Nafis, I hope it's good for you now. You know what is to be done. And Mayur and Bhavna, any questions
Yes, it
here?
is. So
Great.
basically, we need to know that should they go in this business or not.
Yes, so they have hired you as a consultant, and now you have to tell
Hmm.
me whether it's feasible and how and what are the different steps you will do to reach to that conclusion.
Okay.
So we'll start with Ganga. Ganga, you can go ahead and start presenting. All the best.
Can I be second?
Okay, done. Sunshine, congratulations. You are the top performer for us. Go ahead.
Oh, is it me?
Yes, finally.
Ah, okay, so I just came back, so I've not really done that. Okay, let me share.
See, you are a pro by this time.
No, I'm not. I couldn't find I have a detailed business case pattern, but I couldn't find that. And I was
Uh,
trying to put things together before you called me in, okay? So we're talking about business case.
okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so we have the name, the sponsor, and the date of approval. I'm supposed to put the version because the version entails most times when you present and you have correction, you know the version you're working on. I've not actually put all those things together, okay?
That's
So
fine.
we are looking at, I don't know whether you're hearing me.
Yes, yes, I am. I am.
Sure, sure. Okay, so um supposed to have the background of the study, which is an international company. We have to look at the background, what and what they do, which we talked about, hair products, lotion, beauty products, and uh, the personal hygiene products. So we have the expectation as newly hired business analyst, what we should do, we look at the root causes. Most times we have different methodology to look at root causes like what you should have, Moscow, Kano, Five Whys. You look into the root causes of what you actually want to work on. And we have problems that we're looking at, like problem the service will solve, as is, as you said, and where will be, that's to be. Okay, so we currently are looking at the issues that we have, the lack of offerings found in the current platform. We look at the size of what we want to the size that they have now and where they actually want to reach. Okay, so we also look at the demographic of the food users, how many people they are customers and the people they are looking at between now and the future time. Their competitors, what their competitors that are doing like Uber Eats, DoorDash, Skip the Dishes, what they are actually doing and the ones we can emulate from them. We also, when we look at the competitors, we can also look also into their websites and look at the things that are doing good that we can emulate from. We look at the strategies to bring out those things that we want to inculcate into what we want to build, the market trend, the challenges of the industry, the strategy to avoid, and the competitors, they will have their own challenges which we wouldn't want to put into what we do. Most times there is something we call jurisdiction study. We look at jurisdiction where it has been done before, how they did it, and how to inculcate what we want to work on. Okay, so these are the questions that I actually looked at the market size, the demographic user, that I don't want to start reading them all together. So by the time you present that, you now come to the options that we consider, either to expand the product offering to consumables, the options, the benefits to the company, the time scale, because every project has a beginning and the end, and the budget, that's the cost. They will tell you the budget, what they want, how much they have, and how much that you look at so that you wouldn't exceed that particular budget. And the ROI, that's return on investment. Finally, you look at the risks and how to mitigate the risks. Thank
Very good.
you.
So what do you think? They should go ahead or not?
It is not a practical, it's not a real-time project.
Yes.
So it
So
depends
ideally,
on
yeah,
what
you
is discussed.
got it. But what do you think? Like,
Yeah, they should go ahead.
they should go ahead. Fantastic. Very good. So, Sunshine, one very important part which was there that you could have added more questions. I appreciate all the efforts, but you can add more questions also, like you, because you showed a few of the questions, but it would be great that if you can add on the questions which were there. So that will be more helpful. And also, if you can put in that, what are your deliverables in total?
Yes, I forgot the deliverables. I know we're supposed to have deliverables. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Mm.
any project report without a deliverable.
Deliverable. We are not doing anything. Yeah.
So again, if you can add on the deliverable, that is a great document. But appreciate that again, very important part. You have to start formatting in a way where it looks more great way. Okay, so the same thing could have done on a presentation as well, which will look nice, and you can add on slides and everything. Okay.
Sure, sure.
But overall, nicely done. But yes, we have a scope of improvement. We will definitely go ahead with that. Okay,
Sure.
great.
Thank
So
you.
approved. Thank you. Super work with Sunshine. A round of applause, everyone, for Sunshine. Thank you. Hey, hi Charles. How are you doing? Hi Annie. Great. So Ganga, I hope you are good to go with this time.
So, hi everyone. So, this is a business case study related to food delivery service.
Okay. So
And
you have to share your screen as well. We are not able to see.
oh, it's on my notebook.
Acha. So if you want, you can share that also. Yeah, however you're comfortable, no problem.
I'll just do it myself. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
okay.
All
Nice.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
So, in this presentation, I have outlined the problem that service solves. So, like today's in the fast paced lifestyle, like people are very busy and they want convenient and they want to get the food, like quick access to food, groceries, and pharmacies needs. So in this presentation, Global Corp should get into the delivery industry because of the convenient need, time savings, and accessibility for those who have a problem with mobility issues, mobility or transportation issues. And also I describe about the market size overview, like how would be the market in 2024 and within 2030. So with that, I analyze that there will be a good revenue. So according to the market size overview, and the region where they should deliver, they should use Uber Eats. DoorDash is like top region is North America, Europe, and Asia Pacific. And I also research about the demographic of user, like who are the best user. So in that, I find out like 18 to 44% are majority users are millennials and Gen Zs. So, and they are mostly in the high, more concentrated cities, and they are tech savvies. So they prefer to use apps and digital payments. In addition to that, I also research about the competitor analysis. So there are many competitors like DoorDash, Uber Eats, Instant Cart, Skip the Dishes, in which like mostly in North America, DoorDash has 65%, Uber Eats has 25%, and yes. So with this analysis, the profitability margin is quite tight, but still there is a revenue strategies that they can use to charge pricing and subscription models and like partnering with restaurants and all. So with that, there is possibility of a positive effect. And like about the competitors' strategies, the DoorDash is focusing on the last mile delivery. So Dash Pass subscription and dark kitchens. At the same time, Uber Eats is also doing like cross promotions with Uber Rides, global expansions, loyalty rewards. So Widgets and Skip the Dishes is targeting more with Canadian market with aggressive promotions. And I went with the market trend, how the market is going. Market trend, yeah. So market is so market trend is the industry is growing fast because people love convenience and using more digital services.
Okay.
And the urban areas are now crowded with food delivery options, but rural areas still lacking those services. Many companies are being burnt out, shutting down, and big players are because of player dominating. So new technologies, even like new technologies like AI automations and drone deliveries are also becoming popular nowadays. So the market trends are increasing, and also it is retaining the customers. So for the local versus international, there is a question. Just I have to go to check the question. So for local versus international focus, they should like starting with the locals matters. Starting with local is smarter for now because it's easier to manage deliverables from local partnerships, and also it's easy to test the brand. Going international could be a long-term goal or a future goal as once the business model is strong. So
तो आप मुझे भाई क्यों कह रही हो फरी?
so
हाँ फरी फरी
So the challenges in the industry for the competitors are like thin margin. The margin is very low and high operational cost. labors are shortage and there are more labor rights issues in North America, customer chunks and price sensitivity. For user, it's like delivering delays and errors are happening and high service fees, inconsistent service quality. So because of these challenges the industries are facing. And
Fantastic. Very good.
strategies to stand out. So brand differentiation.
Great. Fantastic. Very good. So that was more detailed. So
Yeah.
Ganga, you could have done, so you could have shared first only. Like that was amazing presentation.
So for the final recommendation, I would suggest to global craft to get into the market to grow the business.
Great, great, great. So friends, a quick question. What are the points which Ganga shared and you loved it? Or what were important sections? Can we have some answers in the chat box? Like few of the statistics which Ganga shared was very, very important. Can anyone tell me like what was few of them quickly? So Ganga, very good presentation. Appreciate that. Very, very
Thank you so
detailed.
much.
And the good part
I
again,
tried. I think it's not enough. I need more research and needs to be complete.
absolutely, absolutely. So, but when you discuss about the market share of Uber Eats and others with the percentage, that was fantastic. Also coming out that there is a high cost because of the delivery. So that's a very good point and a pain point which you have
Yeah.
identified.
Cost sensitivity, like cost consumers are more
Absolutely.
sensitive towards the
Towards the
cost.
cost, yes. That's one of the parameters. And again, instant gratification is very important. They want quickly. So
Yes.
if time is maintained, they would love it. Fantastic. So that's a great option to go ahead. Very good. Fantastic work. So if, see, how we can pick out best of both the worlds, you can pick data and you can pick some of the data and add on and prepare it in a graphical format, right? So Sunshine had prepared a Word document that could have been more with charts and others, right? The same thing goes for you also. If you can go ahead and prepare a report on this, okay, a complete detailed report, that would be awesome. Let's see if you can go ahead with that or not. But otherwise, very good job done.
Thank you, Vishal.
Thank you. So who wants to go next? Let's see. Charles, you are ready?
Should I?
Yeah, yeah, please, Nafis, please go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's loading. So yeah, finally, yes. Fantastic. Very good.
Is it still loading?
No, no, I can see now. Go ahead.
Okay, entering the highly competitive food delivery service market currently dominated by giants like DoorDash and Uber Eats would be a significant undertaking for Global Corp, a company specializing in consumer goods like their care and personal hygiene products. Here is an analysis of its feasibility. Like challenges and reasons it may not be feasible. Lack of core competencies in infrastructure. Global Corp expects lies in manufacturing and distributing consumer goods through traditional retail channels. Food delivery, on the other hand, requires a highly specialized logistical infrastructure, including temperature control transportation, delivering the hot and cold food cold is crucial for customer satisfaction and food safety. Fast and
Fan-
efficient delivery network, unlike scheduled product deliveries, food delivery demands on demand, rapid fulfillment. This requires large fleet of drivers, sophisticated routing algorithms, and real-time tracking capabilities. Restaurant and grocery partnership. Establishing relationships with a vast network of restaurants, grocery stores, and pharmacies is a monumental task. DoorDash and Uber Eats have spent years building these partnerships and have exclusive agreements with many establishments. Technology stack, a robust and user-friendly app, order management system for restaurants and dispatching software are essential. Building or acquiring this technology from scratch would be a massive investment. Intense competition and market saturation. Dominant players, DoorDash holds a significant market share in the US, around 66 to 67%, with Uber Eats being the strong second, around 23 to 27. These companies have vast user base and brand recognition. The established network, high consumer activity costs. Acquiring new user in this saturated market is incredibly expensive, often involving heavy promotions, discounts, and market spending.
Okay.
So thin margins. Food delivery is known for its relatively thin profit margins due to its operational costs, driver pay, and promotional activities. New entrants often struggle to achieve profitability. Operational complexity, managing driver fleet, recruiting, training, and retaining a large, reliable fleet of independent contractors, drivers, is a major operational challenge, including issues like fluctuating demand, driver availability, and performance management. Customer service. The nature of food delivery often leads to immediate customer service like wrong order, late delivery, or cold food that required quick and efficient resolution. Food quality and handling. Maintaining food quality and ensuring proper handling during transit is critical for customer satisfaction and avoiding health code violations. Regulatory hurdles. The food industry is heavily regulated, and a food delivery service would need to navigate various food safety, health, and labor laws, which can differ by locality. Next is brand misalignment. Global Corp's brand is associated with personal hygiene and beauty products. Entering food delivery could dilute their brand image and confuse consumers. It is a completely different product category and service model. Potential advantages and why it might not be enough. Existing customer base, limited applicability. While Corp has a large customer base for its existing products, there is no inherent overlap of synergy with food delivery needs. Their current customer wouldn't automatically become users of a Global Corp food delivery service. Financial resources. As an established international company, Global Corp likely has significant financial resources. This could allow them to invest heavily in technology, infrastructure, and marketing. However, the investment required to truly compete with DoorDash and Uber Eats would be astronomical and might not yield a favorable return. Supply chain experience, different type. Global Corp has experience with supply chain for consumer goods. While this demonstrates logistical capabilities, the last mile delivery for food is fundamentally different in terms of speed, perishability, and dynamic routing. Potential for cross-selling long-term unproven. In hypothetical future where they establish a successful food delivery platform, there might be some limited opportunities for cross-selling their existing products, perhaps through in-app promotions or branded offers. However, this is a very distant and uncertain benefit that won't justify the initial massive investment and risk. Conclusion. Based on the significant challenges and the entrenched market position of existing players, it is highly unlikely to be a feasible and profitable venture for Global Corp to enter the food delivery service market at this time. The capital expenditure, operational complexities, intense competition, and lack of direct synergy with their current business model present too many hurdles. To gain market share from DoorDash and Uber Eats, Global Card would need to offer truly disruptive service or value proposition that goes far beyond what currently exists, something that is incredibly difficult to achieve in such mature and competitive market. Their resources would likely to be better spent on expanding their core consumer goods business in new geographical markets for innovating within their existing product categories. That's it. Thank you.
Fantastic. So we have a unique and a different answer that they should not go ahead, right?
Right.
Fantastic, fantastic. Very good. Well prepared. And again, if you can add on more data to it, that would be great. Again, if you can add some graphical presentations also, that would be also important. One thing which I missed out was deliverables. I could not see what will be the exact deliverable from you as a BA. What all you will be giving in.
Okay, yeah, I will put that on.
Okay, so if you can add on the deliverables, I guess that will be more meaningful.
Sure,
But
I will.
overall, thank you. So, friends, Sunshine and Ganga, we have a new answer. So, Nafis, as the BA says that that is not a great point to go ahead with the service. Okay, so it's trust me, everyone will think in a different way, but based on their requirement and analysis and their analysis, we will go ahead and go ahead. Okay, so let's see who wants to go next. Mayur, you are ready?
Yeah, I have jotted the points, but I have not done the detailed analysis, but I have jotted some points that will be
Yeah, yeah,
helpful
no
for the
problem.
group.
See, coming into the session and doing it, that's an incredible job. Okay, please go ahead and share.
Yeah, thank you. One second. Is my screen visible now?
Not yet.
Uh, One sec. Zoom, it says Zoom has disabled this option.
I have allowed everyone. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, got it. I need to enable it myself. Okay. Yeah, can you see my screen now?
Yes, yes, I can.
Perfect. Okay. So this is what the deliverable, according to me, is like. First of all, we need to. So basically, I'm not recommending whether we should go ahead or we should drop this idea, but I'm recommended that we should
Okay,
start with the pilot project first. So on a small scale, so we can launch that in 2 or 3 cities to test demands and operations, and then we can partner with the few restaurants, grocery stores, and pharmacies. And then we need to check like through this pilot program we need to check the problems that we're going to face and the opportunities. We need to provide the proper problem and opportunity definition, uh, and then we need to do the proper market research, and we also need to analyze the competitors as to like once we have started this pilot program we'll be able to know more about our competitors. Then we'll complete our SWOT analysis based on this pilot program. So strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat related to this program. Then we'll strategically align like with our like existing supply chain that we have, um, in order to test it. And then we also need to check the financial overview, what cost we have incurred, what is the return that we are getting, and then what is our break even point for that particular pilot program, so that we can scale up accordingly. Then we also need to look at the risk and the assumptions that we are making with this pilot program, and we can provide clear recommendation based on the success of this pilot program whether it's a go or no go. We can also use existing logistics that we have as a global corp, like we are into the business already, so we can use our existing logistics to reduce the setup cost initially. then we can basically develop a basic app, like just a basic app for this pilot program. And then we can evaluate after 6 months. We can collect the data on the sales that we have for this pilot program. Then we'll get some customer feedback and cost. That will give us an idea as to whether we should go ahead with this or not for the vertical integration.
Okay, so quick question, like to go or not to go, still there will
Mhm.
be a cost involved, right?
Yeah, so that's why I have taken into consideration the financial overview. So we are doing it on a small scale, like just a pilot program, just 2 or 3 cities, to see whether it like we can scale it up or not.
So
Yeah,
like,
cost will
before the
definitely.
apps and everything, so
Yeah,
before the app and everything, how do we
yeah.
get started with the pilot program? Like if you can give me an idea that how the team can start with a pilot program.
So pilot program is basically to test, first of all, whether we should go ahead or not with this particular addition to our existing uh, you know existing business. So like
Okay.
for example, if we do like a survey, we go with the sample size, right? So the same way we should start somewhere with a pilot program, just to see whether it's a go or no go. Although cost is definitely involved, but this will help us get an idea upfront before we scale up, before we invest more into it. uh,
Okay. Okay.
like I'm not sure, but this is what my thoughts are, because as a business analyst we are sitting in an office. We don't know the reality of the market till the time we touch the market ourselves. So I feel,
Absolutely.
yeah, I feel that pilot program should be helpful, and then we can analyze and we can make our recommendations according to the results that we're going to get on this pilot program.
Great, great. So again, friend, the unique way of presenting to start with a pilot program. So that's an interesting thing. So friend, everyone will come across and have a different way of sharing. Thank you, Mayur. That was great.
Thank you.
So who would like to go next? Let's see. Ganga done, Mayur done, Nafi, Sudesh, Sunshine. I guess one of our participants logged off, seems like. Kenneth, you are there? Kenneth, you are there? Any, you are there? Any ho?
Joining for the first time, so I didn't see the
Okay.
case point.
You want me to share you and then take 5 minutes to complete that?
No, I said I'm joining for the first time. This is my first time of attending the class.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. So what we had done, this is the case study what we have put in. So if you can quickly go through it and let me know if you can try 5 minutes, we can wait, no problem. You want to try? Okay, no problem. Great. So, friends, what we are going to do today is we will just get started and try to understand one more thing. Okay. As I said, this is all about mindset, and everyone across here will have a different way of doing it, right? And as I mentioned earlier in my presentation as well, that whenever we are working on something, there will always be certain parameters, right? Before we move on to the stages of life cycles, let me give you this idea. Okay, so you can put yes or no in the chat box. How many of you think that ideal way for a business analyst would be following the software development life cycle? Can we have a yes or no in the chat box? How many of you think that to go through this approach, it's best to get started by following the software development life cycle, which is SDLC? Can we have a yes and no in the chat box? Let's see. Okay, I have got one response, two response. I think yes. Okay, Mayur says no. Okay, so I have mixed responses. Nice. So friend, again, why I will tell you. So remember one thing in everyone's presentation, one thing which we missed out was deliverables. So ideally, the best way to get started is, again, as I said, it will be different for each and everyone, but to get a hold of it, what is the right process and structure it accordingly so that we can come to a decision for global cost potential entry. Okay. So ideally, if a business analyst will go ahead, he will plan using SDLC in this way. So first and foremost is requirement gathering. We call it as the initiation phase. Before diving into it, the first and foremost is to speak to the stakeholders and put in some questions. Okay, so I'll just quickly show you few of the questions which we had done. Okay, just a minute. So in the previous, we had also gone ahead and we had learned that there will be certain questions which we can ask. Okay, so just a minute. Just a minute. And that we call it as the research questions. So I'm just passing on to you this, the ones who have joined it today, you might have missed out this one, but this is what we had to get started with. So I had put in this for their initial. Okay, so I would want you to just take your time and go through these questions. So it says outline the problem this service would solve. What's the size of the food delivery market? What's the demographic of users and food delivery services? Who are the competitors and how are they doing? What strategies are the competitors using? What is the trend? Is it anticipated to grow? Is it saturated? Should Global Corp consider international food delivery service or not? Or it should only focus on local? What challenges customers are and users of food delivery service are facing? What big picture strategy do you have on how Global Corp should avoid the same challenges other competitors have? What big picture strategy you could suggest for making a difference in the market? How you can be different? What are the benefits of Global Corp if they enter this market? And what are the risks? So before starting a pilot program, why not mention that, okay, these are the risks? Because at initial level, a budget is to be allotted. If they have to have a budget, they also need to have a hyper local delivery or a local delivery available, right? That will have a cost. And what is your recommendation to the executives? What kind of applications are you currently using? And we can suggest new system enhancements. So if you want to add an app, if you want to add anything, you can simply go ahead and add it here. Okay. Uh, And yes, Mayur, you can please go ahead.
Yeah, Vishal, can you please go back to the previous screen? So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so are these the deliverables that we were discussing, like
No,
about?
no, no. These
Okay.
are some research questions before getting started. I
Okay.
just given pointers. So in the
Oh,
previous session, I had given the pointers that before starting in, you can ask few questions.
right. Okay.
So
So
ideally, what happens is, with jumping in, we can just have these questions in mind. So this is like just getting started.
basically, these are the questions we're gonna ask the stakeholders, right? The market, like
I'll,
the.
I'll, I'll come to that process, but this is the few things which should come in your mind as a BA first.
Okay, I understand. Got it. Got it.
Because this is mindset. Okay, if you don't know the mindset, then how can we go ahead? So that these are few initiators, I would say, and then we move towards the SDLC phase.
Mm, right. Got it. Thank you.
Thanks, thank you. So friends, again, moving towards the SDLC phase, Very, very important part. I'll show you, and then you can actually put in your inputs as well. The first stage becomes my requirement gathering phase, where I will discuss with my stakeholders, I will interview them, where I'll be discussing with executives, finance, legal team, and marketing team, all the teams together. Along with this, I'll also do it at individual level as well to try to understand what is the end goal, what is the goal they are requiring. Along with this, I will also parallelly see what are the market trends, who are the competitors. So one of the participants said that, okay, they are using 65%, they are using 25%. Someone is marketing only in Canadian market. So we can actually take a hint from that and try to understand that why the share is higher for someone and why the share is lower for someone. What are they offering? Whether they are offering discount or not. Especially when they are doing a tie-up with the organization, they might also have to give a certain percentage. What is that percentage they are working on it? Okay, so we need to go ahead and dive deep into it. Then comes in, what is the objective? Revenue growth, expansion, or leveraging brand? And that will again help you to restructure or structure the road ahead. Yeah. Then, how do we measure success? That's a very, very critical. So, if you have given me a task, how are you going to measure the success in terms of ROI, in terms of market share, in terms of delivery time, or maybe customer satisfaction? Okay. So, primarily, if you see the first phase, deliverables will be creating the problem statement. The second will be identifying the end goal. What is the business goal? The third is identifying who all are the stakeholders. And last but not the least is market and competitive research summary. So that helps us with the stage one. So if I have this ready, I can move towards the second part. What is the second part? Second part is called as feasibility study and planning. Okay. Now, how will you analyze and how will go ahead? So in this, there will be few activities which we will be doing. So now, what are those activities? The first and foremost is doing a SWOT analysis. Guys, do you think the SWOT analysis will work here? What do you think? SWOT analysis in capability of logistics, tech, and partnership. Then we have to do a cost benefit analysis. We have to add on what all resources overall will be required by the team, right? So for example, if I want to go ahead, I will need drivers. I'll need drivers with car or maybe bikes. I will require mobile app so that I can track. I can also need to have a payment thing which is ready. And along with this, I can also, if possible, app is the best way to get started. Then I need to understand that how much time will it take me for getting the app. Okay. Along with this, not only that, but there are certain regulations which will come into the picture. There will be delivery challenge. So one of our friends said that there will be temperature controlled, right? So temperature controlled will be very costly, right? Does the company has a budget for that? So ideally, if you plan a number that, okay, I will start delivery with 2 people, 5 people, 4 people, you need to have the similar order in hand. And along with this, they have to follow regulations, they have to follow competition, and what are the delivery challenges? What if they do a delay? I'll give you a classic example. So you can see that pizza market was booming, right? Everyone was coming out with everything. And suddenly, Domino's came up with an idea that you or we will deliver your pizza in 30 minutes. And as soon as they gave this instant gratification that if 30 minutes, the pizza is free. If they deliver, like if they don't deliver in 30 minutes, the pizza will be free. So now what happened that automatically it was an instant gratification. People knew that their pizza will arrive in 30 minutes, but initially it was not the case. And that was a complete game changer. So now many times you might have seen that to save that time or 30 minutes, it's very difficult. If someone who's living far might not have this particular option available, but few of the cases, driver had to rush. Again, there can be accident, there can be was many issues coming into this. So that needs to be taken care of as well. So in feasibility study and planning, the activities and deliverables should be preparing the business case document. Okay, that's very, very important. The second is feasibility report. The third comes in is cost benefit matrix. So friends, whatever we are learning, I'll be helping you in preparing those before we get started. Okay. And then we have risk matrix. What is the risk involved? We have a risk matrix which help us to identify the steps and what are the different risks. Okay. So once the stage two is done, we move towards the third stage. And third stage, we call it as high level solution design or system analysis and design. So what will we do here? We will try to identify that, okay, how I want to go ahead and start my service. Whether I want to get started with an app-based platform or whether the third party will call me and just they will do a call and we can go ahead and set up the delivery for them. Or we would have some third party API integration and we can use this. So you need to identify which operating model you are starting. The second is identify as the user what all processes you have to go forward. So for example, if I am ordering something on my phone for food, right? So what I have to do? First of all, I have to go on my phone. On my phone, I have to open the app. Then I have to go through identifying what I have to or which food I want, and then I go towards the ordering part. As with the user, once the ordering is there, the second thing is required is tracking. The third is payments. And finally, if there are any issues here, they will also require a customer support. So it's not only delivery, but there should be a customer support available because many times, see, you are not the one who's selling the food, right? You are just delivering it. So there can be issues with at the partner end, there can be issues at the restaurant end, there can be issues at the driver end as well. So you need to learn that and build on that. Okay. Then what is the next step? If you want to communicate, so ideally, how can I get started with the journey? That is tie-ups, right? So now you have to tie up with different companies, restaurants, payment gateways, because if you will be delivering from XYZ, you need to have a tie-up with them. You have to plan out the budget, what are the margins. They might come across that, hey, competitor is giving me a better margin, so you have to work on it. So you can actually plan that and then go ahead. Along with this, you need to also learn about functional and non-functional requirements. Friends, again, please understand in this journey, there will be lot many things which will come and there will be functional and non-functional requirements. Okay. So if we go ahead in this, what are the deliverables? If I go back and tell that if I want to have the analysis and design, I need to have process flow diagrams. I have to have my use cases. I have to get started with BRD. What is that? Business requirements document. I have to have my FRD. What is that? That is my functional requirement document. So when I say functional and non-functional, I need to have the BRD and FRD ready for me to go ahead. Guys, as I mentioned, this is something very, very vital. We cannot just go ahead and start, right? This is the process. We also need to define the timelines as well. Okay. So once the third stage is done, we move towards the development planning. So now what we do in the development planning, we'll start with MVP. That is minimal viable product. So if I want to start again, Mayur was ready that, okay, what we can do is we can get started in 2, 3 cities, right? So Mayur, if you want to get started, you need to have at least an app ready because otherwise you'll not be able to communicate, right? And then what you can also do is plan that, okay, these are top 30 restaurants. Okay. in these cities. So we'll identify pilot cities, and based on pilot cities, we can go ahead and tie up with those 30 cities. Fair enough? So once these are onboarded, we can plan on the development model. Most of the time, Agile is preferred, and then we will identify what are the different tech stack required or development team required and vendors required to prepare my MVP. Okay. So ideally, I will have my MVP feature list. I will have my product backlog. I have to plan that which restaurant I want to interact and close as in the communication. And I will also plan what is my sprint plan. And last but not the least, do we have any vendor or not? If we have a vendor, we also need to have a vendor selection strategy. Okay. Coming down to the fifth point, what is the fifth point? Comes in testing. So once you have a MVP ready, there will be a backend team who will do the user acceptance. They will test with the real customer as well. So many times you might have seen that those who are offering free services initially, say, for example, Zomato and others, initially what they did, they started by giving discounts, right? So what they did was try our app, it's in a beta version, and we'll get you a discount. So that was one of the strategies for them to onboard users. And many times the real customer will give them a real feedback as well. So in that, you will get to know that whether everything is working smooth or not, like ordering, delivering, payment gateway, feedback, everything is working smooth or not. Along with this, down the line, we can also collect metrics. What is that? Delivery times, whether the app crashes, whether app supports multi-users, how many people are coming into my app, and eventually the support response. Okay. In the testing phase, there are deliverables, which is your report that how the product has performed. We'll have the pilot results like, okay, we had put in this and we had connected with 20 or 30 restaurants and how they have performed. Okay, so assuming there are 10, 15, 30 orders, how they have performed. So we'll publish that report so that we have a basic understanding. Okay, by the time we have reports from both the end, as in the product and the delivery, we will learn or prepare a document called lessons learned. So friend, this is a very, very important document which helps us in identifying that what were the mistakes we had made. Okay, again, there can be a scenario where everything is done, but there will be still some thing which we need to learn. Okay, so probably maybe the wrong timing or anything, but we can actually prepare that document which will be used as a continuous improvement. Once the fifth stage is done, we move towards the sixth stage. What is sixth stage? That is go-to-market strategy. That is deployment. So once we have the MVP ready, we can plan that, okay, we'll start with Calgary. And then we can start marketing campaign. We can partner with key restaurant. We can start with supports and operations infrastructure. So ideally, what we'll have here, we'll have a go live checklist. We have a launch plan. We have SOPs and we have communication strategy. So in this, we have measured four deliverables: go live checklist, launch plan, communication strategy, and SOPs. Okay. And last but not the least coming in is the maintenance and continuous improvement. So friends, if you see here, this will be regularly available because there will be a lot of feedbacks and coming in on a regular basis. In this, what we can do, we can add on performance KPI. So what will be the delivery time? How many people are repeating the orders? How many people are happy? We'll try to identify feedbacks and how soon the feedbacks are closed. In case new updates are being there, whether we have pushed the update on a regular basis or not. And initially, once this is done, we can have the deliverables in terms of monthly performance dashboard, a road for enhancement, and finally the analyst report. So friends, if you see here, this is the life cycle which we are looking forward to. What do you think? Does it make sense to you now? Sunshine, I'm just sharing. It will move. There is nothing intentional, okay? So guys, what do you think? Is it there or not? What do you feel? All right. Okay. So friends, let's now move towards this and let's see the presentation as well. So here, if you see here, we have sample project roadmap. So if you see properly and carefully, we have these phases: planning phase, implementation phase, testing phase, and deployment phase. Okay, and we have color codes for all the resources name. So you can see the timelines. See, take your time and please go through this: product management, release map, technical writers, what is the cost involved. We will require at least 5 months for software design. And then there will be a review and then they will come back. So first review will be done between April end. Okay. So if you see here, planning phase will cost you this amount. So is the team ready for that investment? Then comes in the implementation phase. So implementation phase, if you see here, a tentative cost has been measured. So is the team ready for this? If the team is ready for this, they can move ahead, right? So now see the implementation phase. It starts from May to November. Then they have documentation, reviews, and coming in. So meanwhile, there was architect pulled into emergency production issues, and there can be some delay implementation. So there can always be some issues coming in. So you can see that the project has now moved from November to November, already a 1 year gone. So whether you have this time or not, that's very important. Okay. If you come back here, coming to the testing phase, again, testing phase will take some time. So you can see that ideally, I have a longer testing phase. So you can see code freeze. So now unit testing will be done. There will be different testing done, reviews, reduce bug fixing, and beta phase. So eventually, you see here that this cost is required. And coming down to the last phase, if you see, this is the deployment phase where you'll have post-beta bugs, regression testing, and eventually the documentation. So, friend, do you think that this makes reasonable? So, if organizations feel that, okay, for getting started, this is the cost, and we are ready with this cost, okay? And we feel that, yes, we have this budget in mind and we can actually plan the sprints. So, again, timeline is something which can be like can be done earlier as well. So this roadmap, if feasible, they can plan. Okay. And you can see that all important aspects, starting from requirement analysis, software design, reviews, code freeze, implementation, documentation, testing. Guys, again, why these has been kept? Because these are real world issues. You cannot have an optimal time that say that, okay, this will be done in 3 months. You cannot have that. That's not possible. So you need to understand that planning is required, and in this case, meticulous planning. Okay, so now the team should be mentally prepared that, okay, I am looking forward to 1.5 year of timeline. Do we have that? And if they think, okay, yes, we have that and we have the budget, yes, definitely we can move ahead. Okay. So let's see. Let's try to understand the SDLC. So whatever I have discussed, this is mentioned here. So first stage analysis, planning and design, implementation, testing, deployment and delivery, and last but not the least is the maintenance part. Okay, great. So friends, I want you to go through this and let me know what do you understand from this. Take your time and let me know. What is your understanding from this diagram? And as a BA, how will you break down the actional system requirement? Let's see. So anyone can unmute and answer. So friends, I'll wait for 30 seconds. Otherwise, I'll get started. Ganga, you want to answer here? Or maybe Sunshine or Nafis, whoever wants to answer. Mayur, you can also go ahead. What do you understand from this diagram?
So basically, I can go ahead. So
Okay.
basically, from this picture, we see the pyramid, the like for the business analysis. So the most like the base is system requirement. It takes most of our time, basically as a business analyst. Uh, on the top of the pyramid, we have the need. So we start with the need. We discuss that with the stakeholders, what they need in that particular program or project. And then the second most important, the second layer of the pyramid is stakeholder requirements. We take the requirements from them. We create the document like the FRD, as you mentioned earlier, BRD. So on the need phase, we take the BRD, and then for the stakeholder requirement, we create the FRD, and then the system requirement at the last, and we create use cases and user stories. That's what I understood from this.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Anybody else would like to add on here? Anyone?
So this
Okay,
page,
okay.
oh, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, guys. So,
Okay.
Sunshine, go ahead, then Ganga. No
Okay,
problem.
so
Yeah.
the diagram explains the what business analysis the layers of requirements flow from the business
Fantastic.
need to the detailed maybe system specifications from the business need, which represents the major reason why the project we work on the project, and it also shows the stakeholders' requirements that define the various people and groups that we expect from the solution. If you come down, it's also break down into system requirements, which is domains like specific detailed descriptions of how the system must behave. That's where we talk about the functional requirements and non-functional requirements. We also look at the rules, the use cases, user stories, and what again am I saying? Yeah, that's it.
Okay, fantastic. Ganga, go ahead.
Like, she explained what I was trying to explain. So it's, yeah.
Very good. Great. Thank you. So finally, we all are in sync. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
so
I
much.
understand the same from this diagram.
Great. Great. So going forward, like if you see here, it says there is a problem domain, there is a solution domain, and pyramid structure, right? So if you see at the top level, we need to have high level goals and drivers for the initiative. First and foremost, what should come now is why are we doing this, right? So again, if we go back and try to relate with Global Corp, they want to expand the food delivery market and want to diversify. Okay. What will be the business drivers? They want to capitalize on e-commerce growth. They know that e-commerce is growing at a larger spectrum. So now they want to leverage their existing logistics and they want to compete with the current competitors. Okay, that's what the need is. Okay. Then we move down to the middle layer, which is our stakeholder. So what does the stakeholder have? So again, by taking an input, we can grab in. So I'll just give you a few pointers. Okay. So if we start by breaking up the stakeholders, executives will say, hey, I need ROI. I believe in brand growth and customer base expansion. That is what my requirement is. If we come down to IT team will say we want integration capabilities and platform architecture. If we come down to the logistic team, they want real-time tracking and delivery optimization. Legal compliances will say that, hey, we will require a license for that. We need to apply for the licensing, and we also have to have a privacy compliance for them. Marketing team will have again a different set of needs. They will say, okay, we need to do the brand positioning, we have to do the promotion, we have to engage users with a video or something. So they will all have a different set of requirements. So you need to identify those as well. And coming down to the last but not the least is system requirement. So if you see system requirement in this section, you can see functional, non-functional interfaces transition, 830 style, the system shawl, and the use cases and user stories are there. So if you see here, what can be the functional requirement? Place food, grocery orders, real-time tracking. A customer can chat with the support team. Agreed. What are the non-functional requirement? If we go to the non-functional requirement, what is the response time? Whether it is available or not. So when someone logs in to the app, whether it's available or not. How secure my app is. Guys, again, it's not only preparing an app and sending it to others. You now, in the current world, you need to know the security, because if your app gets hacked, you have to pay a fine. So you won't believe that as per the data privacy and data laws, if you have your users' data on your app and if it gets breached, there's a fine, huge fine, hefty fine. So you need to also need to know about the security aspect as well. Ideally, what you want to prepare, you want an iOS app, you want an Android, you want to have an admin dashboard and partner portal. Ideally, both, and in fact, all three will be required, because admin dashboard is for you to manage, partner portal is for the restaurants, and mobile app is required for the user. In one thing, you can also add now, you can also add mobile app section for the delivery people. So even the delivery team also knows what they are doing. So because they also have to log in and set up. Okay. So that is the requirement in terms of interface. If we move towards the transition requirement, now we might have certain legacy systems. So what are the things we can do it, and how the same knowledge transfer can be done for the support team. Okay. Again, as mentioned here, the system shawl, right? So what we can do, as a customer, I want to see what are the food options available for me. How can I order quickly? So for example, if you see, you log into your food app, it will show you first the nearest location, right? So as soon as you click on that, you will find that, okay, all the restaurants which are near to you. So that plays a very, very big role. Okay. Again, if you map it to the SDLC phase, in initiation phase, you have to identify business needs. In planning and analysis, you have to gather stakeholder input. In analysis stage, you have to go ahead and set up define function scope. In the design and development stage, we'll have draft system features. And in the testing case, we'll have the pilot users and validation. And finally, we will be having deployment and updates. Okay, so this is what in a nutshell goes in. So let's see what we have in the next slide. So friends, again, these are the foundational elements every business must assess before starting a project work. So especially when you are taking the initiative for the global corp, you have to start with this in mind. So first, understand business domain, then plan the project scope and nature, IT environment, software development lifecycle, and stakeholder analysis. So ideally, if we relate with the global corp, in the first stage, you will identify that what are the global corp's existing market or existing product, what is the logistic capabilities, and what is the brand positioning. Okay. If we move towards the project scope and nature of changes, in here you have to identify what is in scope. So in scope is mobile development, logistic integration. What is outscope? Outscope is manufacturing, right? Or preparing the food that is not part of the team. And then we move towards the IT environment. What can be my IT environment? So identify that whether I have a development team or not, whether we have cloud infrastructure or not, whether we have tools like ServiceNow, CRM or ERP in our organization or not. Okay, so again, we cannot jump directly, but we need to have this in mind. Then we have software life cycle. So we need to understand that we follow the stages. Primarily, we'll follow Agile, but business case, scope resource, requirement mockups, MVP, and all the process which we discussed earlier will be available here. And here the fifth is what is stakeholder analysis. If you see here, they will identify who are the key decision makers, who are the influencers, and users. So if we go back and circle back here, executive will have strategic ROI, IT team will have platform capability, operations will have logistics and delivery, and the legal team will have compliance with delivery regulations. So that also means that we have to plan this and prepare in it. So if we quickly go to the next slide, it says what are the job title for IT business analyst. So by this time, if you can see, many roles are available, and you can also break it into this. So it can be IT business analyst, business system analyst, data analyst, process analyst, product owner, requirement engineer, and system analyst. So what role we are identifying is IT business analyst, which means you will be translating the business needs into technical requirement and then bridge the gap between stakeholders and developers. So friends, I now leave up to you, and if you have any questions, please let me know. So Ganga, I had mentioned, like if when we are preparing the, yeah, if I am acting as a customer, so that's our style. So friends, if you have any questions, feel free to ask and let me know. Anyone, any questions? Do you have in mind? Please let me know. All good? Guys, what do you think?
Okay, so the project roadmap, is it only the business analyst that prepares it?
In few of the cases, it will depend, but in this case, since you are the one, you have to prepare that. Ideally, see, there will be different roles available, but most of the cases, people want everyone, like a single person to do all the jobs.
Sure.
So see, there is nothing called like a guideline, because as a customer, what they want, okay, I have hired a BA, he or she should do everything. That's it. So it's a mindset. You cannot do anything here. So it's how you go ahead and plan. That's it. Great. So friends, any other questions for today's session? If you have anything or any queries. So friends, by this time you would have realized that mindset is the key. And digging deep or devil is in the details. You need to dig deep. So whatever you have presented was fantastic. But trust me, now we have the current state. Okay. And once we will complete the session or probably the whole training, I would again come back and ask you to prepare a report. We'll prepare the same report, and this time I'm sure that it will be more detailed. Okay, so that's all from my side. And any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we can conclude.
Hi, Vishal. Did you send the previous recording videos? I didn't get it.
Ganga, we're sending it out in this today's session.
Okay.
All
We're,
together?
we're yeah.
So
We're
that will
sending
be
it.
a group created because first three sessions are complimentary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll send it out today. And Vishal, can I share some update from my side?
Yeah, sure.
Hi guys, my name is Sudesh, and I'm also from Lead Tech now, and you will get all the three sessions recording in one email, probably by tomorrow morning by one of our assistants. We're sending it out. So our first three sessions, complimentary sessions, has concluded, and I see that a lot of people have showed the interest towards it. Registrations are happening right now, and we're starting the training by starting Monday, 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And this session will go up to around 2 months and 2 weeks, right, Vishal brother? Around that, 2 months and 2 weeks, correct?
Yes, yes, yes.
Around that time. So this program is targeting a ServiceNow career because the ServiceNow is in boom. A business analyst who has a ServiceNow background, platform knowledge, is able to secure a job much faster. And ServiceNow is a trending technology which is going to be in boom for the next 10 years. And we see that it's going towards AI and towards cloud engineering categories. So it's going to be tremendous learning. And Vishal sir is very proficient with ServiceNow technologies. So we're going to first teach BA, and then we're going to go into ServiceNow. And I just want to open the floor for any questions. Do you guys have any questions? Any Mayur, Ms. Nafis, Ken, Sunshine, Ganga, any questions you guys have that we can address it now? No questions? Okay, so everybody's fine then. All right. So guys, one of our team members will be reaching out to you this week, and many of us, and so that you guys can start doing the registration. For Canadian folks, it's coming up to 1700 CAD, which includes your BA training, ServiceNow training, resumes, interview questions, projects for the resumes, and a project workshop, and a LinkedIn prep. And we also provide marketing services, which is a separate fee altogether. And for folks from US, it comes to 1,250 USD. You are allowed to have three installment options. You can pay in three installments. You can only pay the first installment and join the session, and then you can pay as you go. All right. So that's all the information from my end. The next session is coming up on Monday. We will send the Zoom meeting links and all this kind of good stuff. All right. Any other questions before we wrap the day? Sunshine, Ken, uh, Ganga, Annie, Mayur, Nafis. Sure, sir, I'm good from my side.
Great, great. So, friend, we can conclude for the day. Have a great weekend.
Thank
Bye bye. Take care. Good
you.
night.
Yeah, bye.